And onto this now. The Madlanga Commission and Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee, both probing allegations of corruption in the criminal justice system, have become a major discourse in the country. The parallel proceedings, which are widely broadcast on news channels, on radio stations and streaming platforms, have allowed citizens direct access to engage with the content as it happens. Let's discuss this now with the CEO of Brandhill Africa, Saul Molobi. Good morning. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Good morning, Masichava, and thank you for having me, and good morning to your viewers.
Thanks for your time. Now, the Madlanga Commission has become a national talking point, from X spaces to WhatsApp groups. I mean, ordinary South Africans are engaging deeply with it. So how do you interpret the surge in civic participation? Are we witnessing a reawakening of citizen consciousness?
Yes, indeed. In fact, if I was to be naughty, I would say this is the real national dialogue happening right now. The Madlanga Commission has triggered this national debate, and it has also inspired participation by ordinary people in the country. And for me, it dispels the myth that our people are apathetic, our people are no longer interested in politics. And indeed, here we are enjoying the fruit of our democracy, since we have each and every person glued to their TV. And in fact, someone was even saying that on social media, they are no longer even watching soapies. They are glued to national news channels and following the developments there. And indeed, it also shows that even our youth are interested in politics. So this is one other myth that this commission, especially the proceedings around are arising from there, and our people responding to these issues to show that our youth are also interested in politics. All they needed was a platform for them to be able to voice their opinions on what is happening in the country. And Madlanga Commission has given us exactly that.
And it's interesting that you should say, that people are no longer watching soapies. This is a soapy, right? But now, given your work on deconstructing Brand Africa, how do these moments of national self-examination, how do they influence how South Africa is perceived as a democracy under pressure?
It's a double-edged sword. One, it's very positive. It shows the country is very transparent. And it also tests the tenacity of our democracy. This is very positive. But on the other side, it is impacting very negatively on Brand South Africa, on Brand ANC. And I'm not talking about the government of national unity, because the revelations that are coming out of this Madlanga Commission are implicating ANC appointees. And as a result, then Brand ANC is under siege. But for me also, if you look at the global security establishment, it impacts on South Africa's image, especially its capacity to be able to deal with crime and lawlessness. And it brings back memories of our former national commissioner, the late Jackie Silibi, who was also alleged to have connived with the mafias. And it also brings back memories of Becky Kele as the commissioner of police, also having been implicated in maladministration.
Sure.
And unfortunately, with the late Jackie Silibi, at the time he was the president of Interpol. So this had a negative impact on South Africa as a country with the capacity to be able to deal with crime.
Now, speaking of Brand South Africa, if I may just jump in there, speaking of Brand South Africa, the media has been a key vehicle in amplifying the Commission's revelations, as you've rightfully indicated. But we also know that narratives can be framed in ways that shape public opinion. So from a brand and communication standpoint, How critical is responsible storytelling during moments like this?
In fact, personally, I subscribe to the construct of developmental communication, in the sense that our communication, our key messaging have to empower our people in such a way that once they've consumed our news, they should be able to be informed and to make informed decisions in response to their political choices. And yes, there is an element of sensationalism, but at the same time, I'm saying the revelations, since they are broadcast live, I call it unmediated communication, in the sense that there is no spokesperson or spin doctor in between what is happening at the Madlanga Commission and what the consumers are receiving from arising out of the Madlanga Commission. And for me, it's about citizens being able to receive unfiltered news. And as a result, they are able to make their own conclusion. But where the criticality of news distribution is coming in is that we also need channels to bring in specialists and commentators who could be able to give some educated interpretation of the proceedings that are emanating out of the Madlanga Commission, so that ultimately they could be able to guide your ordinary citizens in how they make decisions regarding what is coming out there. My worry is with Parliament, even though the ad hoc committee, even though it's important, my worry with the parliamentary proceedings is that people have parliamentary privileges, and as a result, they may be able to defame even innocent people. And they'll know that they are safe because parliamentary privileges protects them from any litigation cases that may arise responding to the allegations made against certain people. But all in all, I would say this is very good, because suddenly now we see our people participating in the political life of this country. If you look at the statistics from
all right, we're gonna have to leave it there. But thank you so much, Saul, for your time. We really appreciate it very much.
Thank you for having me, Ms. Chaba.
All right, we could have this conversation all day. That was the CEO of Brandhill Africa, Saul Molobi.